Two players that could be plan Bs to the Jets' pursuit, or at least Jets fans hoping they're pursuing Dalvin Cook and Kwon Alexander at running back and linebacker, respectively. And these two names have circulated in my comments quite a bit. So quickly, Leonard Fournette. Okay, free agent, most recently with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, playoff experience. And if you look at his stats, I understand he had like 70 catches, 500 yards, crazy receiving production. However, Tom Brady threw the single most number of checkdowns, the most passes into the flat behind line of scrimmage or just within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage of any quarterback in NFL history last year. He was a checkdown Charlie to the fullest extent last season. And Leonard Fournette, respectively, any running back with a warm body on that Tampa Bay backfield last year could have put that production together. All he did was stay in and chip, which he's pretty good at, or leak out into the flat. And I don't know if Leonard Fournette can do a single thing at this point in his career that Bam Knight can't do. And that's not because Bam Knight's amazing. That's just because Leonard Fournette is just a guy at this point in his career. He's just a guy who struggled to stay under 240 pounds. And if you put Bam Knight in that Tampa Bay offense, I fully believe he could have caught all those passes. He can catch a 4-yard swing pass, duck his shoulder, get out of bounds, and gain 6 yards from Tom Brady. He can do that. That's all Leonard Fournette did. If you look at the advanced metrics of the elusiveness and forcing missed tackles, drops and fumbles, if you pace out Bam Knight's volume and you stack it right up there, it's very similar to what Leonard Fournette did, and only 3.5 yards a carry. I push back on the washed label because I think sometimes we call players washes because they're old, but they can still contribute. But I think Leonard Fournette might have the stamped and sealed, certified, dry cleaned label on him. I think he's toast. And if you want to bring him in on a no strings attached deal where you can cut him, sure, I'm all for competition. But in my opinion, there's only 2 running backs on the market that are moving the needle for me and are worth risking trying to put one of these young guys on the practice squad or flat out cutting them, and that is Dalvin Cook and Kareem Hunt. I'm in favor of both of those guys. But other than that, the Leonard Fournettes, Ezekiel Elliott's of the world, if you want to bring them into camp on a veteran minimum deal, that's fine. But other than that, you can't expect much from them. I don't care what the stats say. Now, the second name is another former Jacksonville Jaguar who actually had Robert Saleh as his position coach in his rookie year, and that was Myles Jack, who started out in Jacksonville, a freak athlete, and put together some pretty impressive numbers early on in Jacksonville. Went to Pittsburgh last year on a prove-it deal. He did not prove it. He was horrible. And Myles Jack, really at this point in his career, he's a speedy, undersized linebacker who can make some big plays, but also misses too many tackles and is not that good in coverage. Who does that sound like? Quincy Williams. And Quincy Williams was better, has been better than Myles Jack the last 2 seasons. So essentially, he's a worse version of Quincy Williams. Okay, so I'd sign him again to a veteran minimum deal, not even to be the third linebacker. If he's their third linebacker, if Myles Jack is better than Jamien Sherwood, then we need to bring Kwon Alexander back. If Jamien Sherwood is worth keeping around and worth them just balking at Kwon, then he better be better than Myles Jack at this point in Jack's career. But for him to be your fourth linebacker and a backup to kind of all 3 spots, if they don't really believe in, Hamza, or maybe Barnes isn't ready, I'd be willing to do that. So to me, both of these guys are really vet minimum kind of dudes who don't really move the needle in one way or the other for me. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll talk all soon.